Greetings, dear colleagues and partners. Welcome to the Educational Partners Award ceremony. We're gathering today to celebrate the strong partnerships SoftServe has with the universities around the world. The partnership that helps us build the future of education, navigate challenges together so that we can prepare the next generation of technology professionals. My name is Yulia Zabolotna, and with my great pleasure, I'm inviting you together to celebrate tonight growth, innovation, and commitment to continuous change for the future. As we are moving on throughout today's event, we can see that so many of you now are joining from different countries and cities, which means, our dear audience, you are a living proof of the huge global impact we're making together. I know you've already started doing it in the comments, and I'm inviting you to continue sharing which country and city you are joining from, which university you represent, or maybe you are coming from the industry. So please share it in the chat, and let's together celebrate the diversity, which makes our partnership even more strong and powerful. And so today you are joining to celebrate with us a few highlights of the evening. We'll soon be inviting you to be joining two panel discussions where the leading HR professionals, strategic business representatives, and of course, educators are going to be tackling really acute questions which bring together academia and the industry in the attempt to shape the future of education and our further collaboration. We will then be continuing with the crowning part of tonight's event, which is the award ceremony. Yes, we want to celebrate the most of your contributions in our collaboration with the silver, gold, and platinum university partners. So that part will be closing off our event. And of course, at this point, with my big pleasure, I'm inviting our dear audience to be sharing this link with your colleagues. It would be nice to have more of you live today for this celebration, thoughtful discussion, because seeing your insights, seeing your questions in the comment is very important to make it a surely shared experience for us. And so at this point, with my big pleasure, I'm inviting to the stage our distinguished speakers who will be doing the official opening of the ceremony. So please join me in welcoming the co-founder of SoftServe, the board member Taras Kitsmei, whose opening speech will be then followed with the speech of our Chief People Officer, Paolo Emilio Testa. Taras, over to you.
Thank you. Dear friends, distinguished rectors, professors, our partners, it's true honor to welcome you to SoftServe Educational Partner Award Ceremony. For me, as one of the founders of SoftServe, this moment is deeply meaningful because SoftServe is not just collaborating with universities or just inspired by universities. SoftServe was born in academia. More than 30 years ago, we began our journey in Lviv Polytechnic University. The first SoftServe business plan was developed during business training courses from Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute from Troy, Albany. Our first computer was not purchased. We borrowed first computer from Business School of Lviv Polytechnic University. Our founders initially lived two worlds. We were a lecturer at university, and we were software developers, managers, developing software, computer company from the scratch. And we learned that great companies built on great education, and great education is built on great partnership. We celebrate today not just academic excellence. We celebrate collaboration. Collaboration between universities and industry. Collaboration between countries and cultures. And collaboration between today's knowledge and tomorrow's challenges. The world is changing very fast. We enter a new era shaped by artificial intelligence, digital transformation, and uncertainty, global uncertainty, and resilience. And in this world, the universities playing crucial roles. We not only developing technological skills, we developing critical thinking, adaptability, and responsibility. Because technologies without values, it's not progress. And this award is our way to say to our partners, we see you, we value you, we build the future together with you. So let us continue to build synergies between academia and industry. Let us continue to invest in people, and let us continue to shape future where technologies serve humanity. So thank you. Thank you for your partnership. Thank you for your trust. And thank you for being part of SoftServe journey. And now I invite in SoftServe Chief People Officer, Paolo Emilio Testa. Paolo, mute.
Apologies. Yes. Thank you, Taras. And good afternoon, everybody. Good morning. Good afternoon. Dear university leaders, professors, educators, partners, colleagues, and friends, joining us today from Europe and Latin America. It is a real pleasure for me to welcome you to our first global edition of SoftServe Educational Partner Award ceremony. As Chief People Officer, I often spend my time thinking about one element, one question. How do we build an organization that is ready for tomorrow, not only for today? The answer is not technology alone. The answer is not strategy alone. They are both very important, don't get me wrong, but that's not the only answer. The real answer is people. As Taras just said, the world of work is being transformed excuse me, by various challenges. COVID, geopolitics, artificial intelligence, and many others. Roles are therefore evolving. Skill requirements are shifting. Career paths are no longer linear. It's not only as before, it's not more as before. It has changed. Many of the students graduating in the next 5 years will work in roles that do not yet fully exist today. That reality changes everything. In this new environment, and this is where the partnership and collaboration between us and the university becomes really relevant and important. The key question is not only what should students know going forward? The question is, how adaptable are they? How quickly can they learn? How confidently can they collaborate across different cultures? Because globalization is a reality. How prepared are they to grow continuously? Seamless grow, no end. What does it mean to be ready for work? Today and going forward, it means resilience. It means curiosity. It means digital fluency. It means the confidence of navigating the uncertainty. And this is where our partnership between SoftServe and all the universities across the globe becomes really powerful. Because universities shape the foundations. Companies like us, SoftServe, help translate those foundations into career readiness. So today is really special. For the first time, we are bringing together educational partners from different regions into one global conversation. Europe and Latin America, different contexts, different languages, different systems, yet facing very similar challenges. How do we modernize learning? How do we integrate AI into education responsibly? How do we ensure students are ready not only for their first job, but for lifelong careers? By connecting globally, we accelerate learning for everyone. Talent development is no longer local, national, country. The workforce, the opportunities, the competition is global, and collaboration must be global too. At SoftServe, we believe that universities are not only talent suppliers, they are talent partners. These actions reduce the gap between graduation and professional confidence. They give students clarity about expectations. They help educators stay connected to industry evolution. They build a smoother transition from campus to career. And that transition is critical, very important, because the first professional experience often defines long-term growth. We talk a lot about AI, rightly so, but I would like to highlight something important. If an AI-enabled economy, human skill become more valuable, not less valuable. We talk about critical thinking, ethical judgment, communication, collaboration, leadership. Technology can automate tasks, but it cannot replace human responsibilities. Where future leaders learn not just how to build technology, but how they use it wisely. This is what we want to achieve. From a people's perspective, that matters enormously, because sustainable organizations are built not only on skills, but on characters. When we invest in educational partnership, we are not simply investing in hiring pipelines. We are investing in careers, confidence of young professionals stepping into their first roles, in reducing skill mismatch, in creating opportunities for talent across regions, across the globe. And we are investing in strengthening the entire ecosystem. Our ambition is clear: to continue building a future-ready talent, to ensure that talent development keeps pace with digital transformation, but above all, and more importantly than anything else, to keep people at the center of everything we do. Because while strategy evolves, technologies change, and market shifts, people are and will be the constant. And today we want to recognize institutions that demonstrate exceptional commitment to working together with us and with the industry and make an impact. For me, the Software Educational Partner Award is a statement that preparing future-ready talent is a shared responsibility. A statement that education and industry are strongest when aligned. A statement that people, not technology alone, drive sustainable progress. Thank you for partnership. Thank you for your commitment. And thank you for believing, as we do, that empowering people is the most powerful strategy of all. Let us celebrate those who are leading this transformation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Taras, Paolo. And dear audience, thank you for your supportive remarks in the comments. We appreciate you've been so active and contributing to this conversation. We've already heard so many powerful statements that we all align on. the importance of value-driven decisions, the importance of strong collaboration, which happens through alignment and conversation, the importance of future sight and understanding how we can all plan, as Paolo said, further on, not just for today, but looking ahead and being collaborating closely to tackle the challenges with the current disruption, the technology advancement, and the overall transformation in education pose for us. And thank you once again for bringing in together all of the talents to have this discussion. And by that we mean, please stay active in the comments. With the panel that is coming in, we want to hear your opinion, the diversity of our views on the topic, and also to be ready to soon be listening to our invited panelists who are now one step away from finally sharing their experience and insights that will help us build that future-ready strategy together. And so our first panel is starting soon. And before that, little reminder for you, please be sharing the link to this broadcast with your colleagues. Please bring in more talents for this conversation tonight. And so at this point, one of the questions, the glimpses that we already heard in the opening remarks from Taras and Paolo was about the change, resilience, disruption. And so what we're going to now focus on in our first panel discussion is the future-ready skills in the disruptive, fast-changing world. The questions are really acute, and they popped out not once in our discussions with you, in our collaboration with you. And so I'm very happy now to be introducing the moderator of this conversation, Paolo Emilio Testa, who is bringing in over 25 years of global senior HR leadership experience with working in global IT and service companies. And his expertise, his collaboration spans across more than 30 countries. Paolo, I know that you'll soon be ready to be introducing to us our panelists. And so the floor is now yours.
Thank you, Julia. Thank you very much. Very excited to be here. Very excited to have the opportunity to facilitate and moderate the panel discussion with four fantastic speakers and panelists. So I will be joined on this virtual stage today by Belen Fernandez, VP and Executive Partner at Gartner Group, a reputable consulting organization. Belen brings 25 plus years of experience as a senior HR and merger and acquisition leader in financial services, communication, and Internet of Things, quite close to us. She has a proven record of leading teams up to 15 different nationalities across Spain, Portugal, France, Italy, the Netherlands, United Kingdom. She also has extensive experience in people leadership, consulting business, business strategy, international change, and executive coaching. She's also been part of several executive committee as a member. Welcome, Belen, to our panel. After Belen, we have Serge Aziev. I believe majority of our SoftServe colleagues for sure know Serge very well. For the others, I will share with you that Serge brings over 25 years of experience in the software industry, including 15 years of specialized focus on AI, big data, IoT, and cloud computing. He has a deep expertise in modern technology, architectural methodologies, and software development practices, managing top talents in advanced technology, AI, data science, R&D, and software architecture. Maybe not everybody knows that Serge is also an entrepreneur and a researcher, co-author of Smart Decisions, a big data and ML design game adopted by Carnegie Mellon Software Engineering Institute. So good to know about this, Serge, and welcome to you as well. And then the next speaker and panelist is John Howard, VP Latin America and Regional Manager at SoftServe. John brings 21 years of experience in technology industry, proven record of strong leadership experience, and SoftServe Colombia is now certified for its strong employer brand and recognized as a great place to work, as a testimony of John's great leadership. Combining industry-specific, lasting experience of a technical project manager, agile mindset with creativity and innovation to lead high-performing teams completes John's profile. And last but not least, I'm very happy and glad to welcome Samuel Espinala Rango, Director of Institutional Relations at University EIA, Colombia. Samuel maintains an active leadership profile in marketing, institutional relations, and education at the Escuela de Ingeniería de Antioquia in Colombia. Long-standing commitment to organizational leadership roles, having held prominent leadership roles, including President of the Superior Student Council in 2017 and President of the International Relations Student Council in 2016. Bringing innovative approaches to modern educational systems by his work in educational innovation and thought leadership, as well as publishing insight on the future of education. So perfect fit for the panel we are going to have together. With this, I believe we are ready to move into the first round of questions. So, Belen, if you don't mind, the first question is for you. What global workforce trends indicate the growing importance of combined human and technical skill set?
So thank you, first of all, for having me. And it's a very interesting question, especially because the audience is coming from a university. Please listen carefully. So the first trends we are seeing in the companies, I'm always working with C-suite executives in different sectors, is that definitely AI and automation is really changing not just roles, also the workflows and how the work is done in the company. However, this doesn't mean that the humans have no importance. The other way around. We need now employees. Imagine you are a graduate and you are starting. The ask is for employees who can manage, govern, and collaborate with AI agents. Another one is process design is a little bit different now, because before it's like, okay, let's organize processes in the best efficient way. Now is how can we combine machine or technical intelligence with human intelligence? That's the first trend. The second one is many companies are moving into a skills first approach. And remember this sentence, AI enable skills management. So not just human skills, we need to be able to understand which skills we have in our technology and how the humans need to manage. So I was telling the organization to show one image so you have an idea of what many companies are doing. They are differentiating between the core human skills. Let's say, I think some have been already mentioned: critical thinking, emotional intelligence, relationship management. Humans will always be human. We need to collaborate together. We love to be together. This will not go anywhere. So companies are categorizing the skills. Some of them are growing in importance, as you can see in the image. Some of them are totally new, like, for instance, intelligent workflows design, taking into consideration what is available in technology.
So sorry, Helen, maybe you want the slide to be presented now?
Yes, please.
Sasha,
I would love to have that.
Put on the slide. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So if you just see a little bit, this is one example of what many companies are doing. The core skill of humans, what are they? we have creativity, we have imagination, we have data judgment. One example to give something that is concrete, many business schools are realizing the MBA graduates, they don't edit, they trust implicitly the outcome from the AI tools, from ChatGPT, from Copilot. The skill the human brings here is I can edit and realize if there is an hallucination. I need to use my brain. I have to have critical judgment. So just for you to know, many companies are creating this type of slides to understand, okay, in 2026, we focus on this, and we are going to keep training our employees because we need them to actually be enhanced now in a sense. So, and last trend, before I let other panelists mention it, there are now skills atrophy. So if we don't use it, we lose it. We all know that. So we need to keep tracking which type of skills are we losing and invest on that, especially if they are core skills we want to maintain. So that's from the company side. Let's see other questions. Thank you, Paolo.
Thank you, Belen. Very, very inspiring what you said, especially this call to action for us, especially in advanced software companies, technological companies, to keep an eye, to keep in mind the importance of the human component of it. So the next question is for Serge, and it comes almost natural after Belen's reflection. From your leadership experience, Serge, what soft skills most enhance the impact of technically skilled teams or individuals, especially in high-pressure, innovation-driven environments?
It's an excellent question, Paulo, and thank you for having me. So I would select curiosity, critical thinking, creativity, communication, problem solving, and Paulo, you already mentioned resilience, which is super important. So all of this are becoming more valuable, and frankly speaking, it's quite hard to automate, right? So, but if we select what is the key differentiator today, I would pick curiosity, and it's often what separates a great engineer from an average one. And I believe Taras would agree that, you know, from his vast experience, that a curious student is a great learner. And you see it naturally in kids. They are relentlessly curious, and that's exactly how they learn. And over time, by the way, many of us lose that edge. You know, fewer things surprise us, fewer things push us to rethink the way how we work. And today we are in a moment of a massive technological shift, And the good news, curiosity is not gone. So it's, you know, it's possible to reactivate it. And those who do it will adapt faster, learn faster, and create more value in this new brave AI world. So, and you know, because AI is teaching us something fundamental. Intelligence is no longer a unique human advantage. Just like combustion engine or electricity, for example, reshaped entire industries by automating muscle power, Gen AI is doing pretty much the same. So it's creating both disruption and enormous opportunity for people. And this is where critical thinking as a second priority I would differentiate, because it is very important soft skill, and Belen mentioned it earlier, so I cannot stress anymore. Gen AI is incredibly good at producing plausible answers, as we know it from our collaboration with ChatGPT, for example, but it does not truly understand our context or our goals. So the real skill is not just using AI, but knowing what to delegate, what to verify, and how to judge the output.
Fantastic. Fantastic, Serge. And from such an experienced technical leader, these words sound really encouraging, I tell you. It sounds like a call to action for all of us, especially for our educators maybe, and for our students, on how to keep the human dimension very high in their mind and their priority, because this is what differentiates us and will continue and differentiate us as we move forward into the AI-led world and environment. So thank you very much. And actually, your reflection, Serge, beautifully bridge us to the next set of questions that I have here ready for our panelists. The next one is for John, and it's more about these very rapid market changes, but also technology changes, disruptive changes, and how do they impact the ability of continuous reskilling. So the question for you, John, is how should companies respond to global forecasts showing rapid skill obsolescence and the need for ongoing workforce reskilling?
So, hello, Paulo. Thank you. And that's a great question. And just to be honest, it's like, as you know, I think that the future is now. And to be honest, most of the companies are already too late. Why? Because AI is not just changing skills. It's like compressing the time. And that's key, because now we need to understand that things that we used to take maybe 5 years, 4 years, more than that, is evolutionarily now happening 12, 18 months. So that time is very short. So right now, company needs to think about like, how can we make that training program mindset in a better way, so we can do like reskilling is not part of the HR program. It's still a HR and a strategic feeling that we need to be more proactive. We need to be more on the top of those new skills that is happening right now. So I think that the main core business on the companies are those kind of, how can we continue learning? How can we get those knowledge in a fastest way so we can be ready for those new opportunity that is coming on the future, right? So I think it's very important to say, don't just train the people as well, is how can we pair them with AI? AI right now is a common topic in different, it could be in a company, it could be in our personal life. AI is here. So how can we use the AI in order to be more proactive and use those tools like Copilot, ChatGPT, all this in order to get more skills and that have human plus AI operational models. So what is important to say here is like, we need to shift from training programs to learning ecosystem. That's the key. The company needs to understand that, and they need to have those short programs. And of course, certification are important. Deep knowledge is important, but as well, we need to have that new mindset that we need to start like looking for those skills and having that the skills as a strategic is an asset, and is the new asset for the companies and needs to be the base for the organization. So as well, I think like we need to understand what is happening. We need to understand what we have on our internal ecosystem, what is happening on the external, and then try to track those kind of skills that we need to add into organization. And then don't forget about that. Technology is important, but as well, human skills are important. And now that's it. You need to be and understand how to be human. Strategic thinking, helicopter view, team building, how to work with the people as well, how to have that critical thinking to allow us, the company and the people in the company, to get those skills to be more strong. So it's like that kind of work, like having this AI mindset, but as well AI continuous learning will let us know how to add more skills into the organizations.
Fantastic, John. And I especially liked when you say we have to move from a learning something in the future towards the future is today. And we have to get ready to embrace the future and actually shifting towards what you mentioned, like a learning ecosystem. I love that. Learning ecosystem is something that really helps us become able to navigate the change, because the change is the norm these days. It's no longer something that can or cannot happen. It's happening already. And the change, the minute that we realize that the change has happened, it's maybe too late. So mental agility, ability to navigate through challenges and ambiguity, super important. And this is a perfect bridge to my next question, which is for Samuel. And this is more around education, Samuel. So John covered the part of our challenge from a company standpoint. But what steps can universities take to update learning programs quickly enough to match rapid changes in industry skill requirements?
Well, Paolo, thank you very much. That's the million-dollar question. And the short and the honest answer is we can't, we cannot. Simple as that. For many, many, many years, university believed that we need to match the speed from the industry. And we spend enormous amounts of money and a lot of effort trying to do it. But just to give you an example, a curriculum revision cycle, it takes over 2 years. And the industry changed in 1 day or a week. So it's impossible for us to match the same speed. But right now, the question isn't how to be faster. The question is how to build different. And University AIA, our response to that situation, it's really simple. We need to change, we need to separate what changes from what doesn't. I'm going to give you the most important part of this answer. In the technical layer, platforms, frameworks, tools, it changed really, really fast. So we led all of this part to the industry. How? We create a really, really big partnerships, for example, with SoftServe. We invited them as guest faculty, create hackathons, bring the real challenges to the classroom. And in the other hand, we as university, we're working really, really hard in the things that doesn't change. For example, the capacity to learn, to think critically, the navigate, the ambiguity, to be curious, to create. And these are the skills that make a graduate adaptable to whatever tool, even the tool that doesn't exist yet. And we need to be really honest, Paolo. In too many cases, the speed of race we had with the industry had price, and the academic excellence was one of them. And for us, it's a non-negotiable. So at the end, we need to think the university as a platform, and our model is to industry keeps the technical layer really current, and the university builds like the human foundations that makes the knowledge stick and evolve. That's a matter for us at the University AIA.
And your answer, Samuel, really makes me happy. Really, it really does. And I tell you why. Because this is the best testament that what we are doing at SoftServe is exactly the right thing. We have been aiming to achieve this kind of partnership and collaborations since very early days of our companies. And this collaboration is having so beautiful fruits and products, and it generates such an impact. So it's our intention to keep going with this. But thank you for confirming from a university standpoint, so totally independent, totally objective, that what we are doing is the right thing to do. Thank you very much. So now we are ready, conscious of time, to move to the next point and the next question. And the next area is more on, is AI a threat or not? Does it represent a risk or not? So let me start with Serge. And the question for Serge is, how is AI presence changing the required skill set of a future-ready specialist? How does practical business experience at SoftServe demonstrate that AI and AI boost specialist productivity and elevates their value?
Paolo, I would like to introduce a simple test. So imagine a world with AI agents where the cost of coding approaches zero. You submit a feature request or a bug fix request, and it automatically implemented. So what does this mean for a software engineer? No need to work with code, test it, debug it. And today, engineers, they spend roughly half of day on code-related activities. And this is super brain intensive. And this time is going to be freed. So what to do with this time? This is, the bigger question that many experts today are asking each other. And the answer that I see is to invest where the real value is. And you know that the true value of a software solution is in the product that it delivers to users, right? Which means that product mindset becomes critical. Understanding the domain, the client domain, understanding which features matter most, prioritizing system requirements, or what we call non-functional, requirements that truly impact stakeholders. And next generation engineers will spend more time defining problems, shaping technical specifications, and working directly with customers to decide what to build next. That's why I believe that strong software design and equally strong soft skills, this is what will matter most than ever. And many of us, we heard the term 10x engineer. And at SoftServe, we clearly see performance gaps between individuals and those who invest time in learning how to work with coding agents, Codex or Cloud Code, Cursor, etc. They are significantly more productive than those colleagues who are just ignoring that fact or just, looking for status quo. So, let's be honest. Machines will write code better and faster than any human. And that's not a future scenario. This is happening right now. And we are actively supporting this transition in the company. And together with SoftServe University, we've built a training program to help our engineers to adapt and thrive in this new reality. And in addition, leading companies like Cursor and Cognition, this is a company known by the Devin agent, they provide great training sessions to our teams today. And we are very proud to be at the leading edge of the technological revolution at SoftServe, together with our clients and partners like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, NVIDIA. And by the way, yesterday, NVIDIA named SoftServe as a Global Energy Partner of the Year at GTC San Jose, where I'm currently located for this conference.
Fantastic. Great to hear. Great to know, Serge. Thanks for sharing, actually. Another thing that makes us very proud. Thank you. So AI is not a threat. It depends on how we use it. And we have to accept it, we have to cope with it, and we have to use it to our benefit, to enhance and elevate our human awareness and impact. That's how I would summarize. And this is a good bridge to my next question to Samuel. And this is the following. How can university help students develop AI augmented mindset, which will motivate students look at AI as an opportunity to significantly enhance their capabilities?
Thank you, Paolo. Well, I think every mindset shift starts with a reframe. And we as educators, it's our duty, it's our job to make it. We have a huge challenge right now in university that every student that arrives at the university think that they're going to be replaced by the AI. And we need in our duties to show them that it's not true. It's the opposite. Paolo, right now, the AI is the most powerful amplifier of human capability. But here's the key. It only amplifies what you have. So if you're curious, AI makes you more curious. If you are creative, AI helps you to be more creative. But if you have nothing, well, the answer is the AI give you nothing. So we're trying to change our perspective about AI. In the university right now, AI is not a subject. AI is like a situation. We need to put the students in situations that AI handles that execution, and the students bring those like the hard parts, for example, the judgment, the empathy, the curiosity, the strategy, the negotiation, those skills that are really, really important. And really, really quick, the students start realizing that these are the hard parts, not the AI, not the tools, not the platforms. The hard parts are those skills, and those are the replaceable parts. So for us, the students who develop AI augmented mindset aren't the students that know a lot of tools. The ones that have this mindset are the ones who become really, really comfort and really confident about the human edge. And for us, they are the students that are going to lead the industry in the next years.
This is really exciting, Samuel. Thanks for sharing this very inspiring perspective, because we are moving from looking into AI like a tool or an opportunity, as Serge rightly said, towards seeing it as an amplifier. I'm quoting you here, amplifier. And this is really exciting. It's actually something that will make us reflect further to really grab the full opportunity provided by AI. Thank you for this, Samuel. And I'm opening the last part of our super interesting, at least I find this super exciting panel with our panelists, whom I want to really thank for their contribution. And now we are moving towards taking a look at the global mindset and the potential implications or dependencies between AI and the global perspective. So for you, Belen, what is the role of cultural intelligence and global mindset in successful performance of a diverse global team?
So both cultural intelligence and a global mindset are core skills for mature humans. Let's start by that. So cultural intelligence is just one aspect of becoming emotionally intelligent, a mature person that can understand other perspective, understand other cultures. I give you one example, you are going to smile at least. I'm from Toledo, a small town in Spain. I went to Japan as a Spanish teacher in my early steps of the career. Everything was new, everything was different. I learned more in that 1 year than in one lifetime in Toledo. And it helped me to become more emotionally mature. So global mindset, which is very related to that, is all about having more possibilities. If the world, not your country, not your little town, is the gameplay, or where you are going to play the game, suddenly your mindset is much larger. Suddenly the possibilities are many more. And there is one point that is very, very important on cultural intelligence and a global mindset, which is respect and curiosity for different perspectives. So high-performing teams, every individual has both cultural intelligence and global mindset, but they also respect and they are curious about, okay, why in Japan they are doing things in a different way and it works. While in Spain is not, but it works too. That's the key. So my suggestion is, if you want to become emotionally mature, which is one of the core skills of a human, in uncertainty, for instance, is really, really useful. You understand different perspectives, you keep calm, you are more resourceful just because you know different options. So I will encourage everyone, even the adults in the room, to keep working on emotional intelligence, always.
Thank you for this very wise advice, Belen. Absolutely taken. Thank you. And then I'm here for the last question. This is for John. What practical approaches help build trust and communication across diverse, distributed teams, based on your experience, also here at SoftServe?
Thank you, Paolo. So basically, during my time, I had been working remotely. I remember that the time when actually my family and my friend didn't understand if I working because I was always on my apartment, on my house, or in a coffee. And I have been leading teams in not only in Latin America, but as well distributed teams, right? What I understand is like trust doesn't break because teams are distributed. It breaks because communication becomes inconsistent and unclear. And that's the key. We need to be like more disciplined and not the communication and the trust on the team is not about, it's a discipline issue. It's not a geographic issue, right? So we need to make the communication more structured and not ad hoc. We need to have at least some framework. And of course, use that kind of ad hoc meetings, but as well, we need to have these meetings with our team. We need to have that connection with the team, and that's the most important thing. So trust scales with clarity and consistency. And we need to define what is the meaning to have those clear communication and how can we have those cadence, weekly, monthly, assign updates with the team. What goes where maybe what we are going to use, Slack, email, Teams. We need to have that structure, and as a leaders, and as well for the people, one tip that I use is like, there is always like, we need to understand if the trust of your team or the trust that we have in organization, sometimes an emails work, but sometimes not. Maybe you need to have a 5 minute call with a person or with your team in order to align expectations. And that's the most important thing. The other one is transparency. Transparency needs to be a default by that will be the main. And we need to understand over communication context is not just a task. It's something that we need to do if it's needed, right? We need to share the why. Why is the most important thing? Why we do things, why we communicate, why we are taking decisions. The transparency and the trust with the team, that why is the most important key to open doors with your teams. And of course, business metrics. So the why needs to be attached with the metrics of the company, attached with the metrics of a project. And priorities, what are those priorities? And I think like in general, distributed trust is not about being closer. It's about things clear, more consistent, and more intentional than ever before in this time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, John. And conscious of time, I want to say a couple of final words. Number one, a big, heartfelt thank you to our panelists today. I believe with your thoughts and reflections, you really made this conversation vibrant, and in my perspective at least, really enjoyable. And wrapping up, I would say we have heard from our panelists 4 main topics, which I would like you to take away. Number 1, human skills are of the same importance as technical skills for future-ready employees. So students, keep this in mind. Second, in current rapidly changing conditions, continuous reskilling and agile workforce development is a new norm. Change is constant, change is the norm. Keep it in mind. The third one, AI is not a risk, is a tool, even better, is an amplifier, assuming you see it as such. And last but not least, global mindset and cultural intelligence are must-haves, competencies for future-ready employees. And this is where the strong partnership between SoftServe and universities across the globe is having a strong impact on preparing future-ready young talents. Thank you for your listening, participation, and back to you, Julia.
Thank you so much, Paolo. all of our distinguished panelists. Thank you for this impressive discussion. And by impressive, when I say this, I quote our participants because they are very generous with the comments in the chat, which say that it's the very interesting discussion, the best session I've attended in 2026 so far. Other participants are saying that they've never heard anyone treat handling AI as a soft skill. And we also have a very interesting comment from our first student of SoftServe Academy back then in 2007, who is saying that mindset, tool set, skill set, all of it is something that will shape our future strategy for the educational involvement and our skills evolving in the future. And once again, dear participants, thank you for your comments, your perspectives, because we're really turning it into a discussion together. And as a comment which is standing out there is that technology doesn't mean anything if people are using it aren't really critically thinking about how to apply it. And another highlight from this discussion for our audience is that AI is a true enabler for the people skills and for the talents to thrive in the global environment. With that said, we posed a few very important acute questions in our first panel discussion. We shared the answers from the leaders in the field. Dear audience, you were very generous with sharing your perspectives as well. But here comes another not less important question. Okay, now we know which capabilities and competencies are so necessary to build for the future of the industry and the academia. But then how do we exactly approach building it? And how can we, to the best of our ability, leverage the partnership between the industry and the universities to make it happen? And of course, now making another step towards our next panel discussion. And before we go into that, I want to announce a few technicalities for us to keep in mind. First off, we could see some questions in the comments asking if the broadcast will be available after the stream. Of course, yes, we want more of you to be live here to contribute to the discussion. But if you cannot be joining us, please be sure that the broadcast will be there for you. And also you will be granted the certificates of participation, which will be in a follow-up to our conversation. The next discussion will be starting in a couple of minutes. And before that, I want to immediately announce the moderator. So Irina Tkach, Associate Vice President of People Transformation and AI Adoption at SoftServe, who is bringing in her experience over 15 years into multicultural environment, dealing with people strategy, leadership development, global talent transformation. So Irina, dear panelists, I know you're getting ready to kick us off on the next panel discussion about the strategies of building the future-ready capabilities.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. And thank you, Julia, for an introduction, for the introduction of myself as a moderator, but also for the introduction of this very important topic. You have mentioned that education is going through a big transformation, and I cannot agree more. Lots of changes happening in academia, and lots of changes are still on the agenda. But one thing we know for sure is that no single institution, organization, or company or industry can navigate transformation alone. And academia here is not an exception, because academia is part of the broader ecosystem. And the future of education cannot be designed in isolation. It has to be co-created across sectors, across geographies, and across perspectives. And that's exactly why I'm mentioning about this ecosystem, because that ecosystem is exactly what we have represented on this panel today. Today, we have voices from business, industry, entrepreneurship, technology, academia, of course, policy, and regulatory leadership. All of this just to ensure that we have our discussion in a very holistic manner. So with that, let me introduce our panelists, and thank you so much, panelists, for your time today. We have with us Yaroslav Lubinets, who's a co-founder and chairman of the board of SoftServe. Yaroslav brings over 30 years of leadership in the global IT industry, during which he helped grow the company into one of Eastern European largest IT employers and major global digital service provider. We have Halina Datsiev, VP of Learning and Development at SoftServe. Halina is bringing over 22 years of IT industry experience across global talent management, professional development, and corporate learning ecosystems. Also, Sebastian Żywiecki, Vice President, CEE Regional Manager at SoftServe. Sebastian is expert in strategy, transformation, change management, and a strong background in strategic leadership, org transformation, people development, and combining management and psychology expertise to drive large-scale business impact. Koen Nomden, Senior EU Policy Leader in Skills Qualifications, currently serving as the team leader for transparency and recognition of skills and qualifications within the European Commission's Directorate General for Employment, Social Affairs and Inclusion. And last but not least, Natalia Shachovska, Rector of Lviv Polytechnic National University. Natalia is distinguished Ukrainian scientist and AI pioneer, Doctor of Technical Sciences and professor, recognized as one of the top 2% most cited researchers in artificial intelligence and computer science. Dear panelists, thank you for being with us today, and thank you for your time. Now let's dive into this important conversation. We mentioned about collaboration at the very beginning of this panel discussion, but also in the previous one. And that's where we would like to start our discussion. And I'd like to invite Yaroslav to contribute here on this topic. So Yaroslav, from a strategic business standpoint, in your view, how can these partnerships between companies and universities help universities transform?
For the question, it is a really important question, because without the partnership between education and businesses, no progress is possible. And especially at this time, when industry is changing and the pace of change is increasing all the time, so this partnership is even more important. And I can say that during 30 years of SoftServe work, we pay a lot of attention for the partnership. And we started from, I would say, transactional cooperations, and now with many educational institutions, we build strategic partnership. And at this time, all approaches, all types of partnership still exist. So we are providing master classes in university courses. Our experts are involved in that at the same way. And we are working together with professors on improving educational programs and on creating new programs. And I can say that only during 20-25 years, we touched more than 80 different educational programs, starting from computer sciences and ending artificial intelligence and even quantum computing programs. And recently we reached a new level of cooperation, such types as dual education. Dual education is very important in speeding up the engagement of students, past students, into work in the companies, because even the best educational institutions cannot teach the industrial way of computer programming or IT consulting. It is possible only on environment of real business, and we are proud and we are benefiting from starting and conducting several dual programs with different universities. And recently we started even higher level of strategic cooperations, strategic partnership with several institutions. We are working on joint research on some really important for us topics, and where we see real client demands, and also research on some future problems that we see will be actual in 2-5 years. And many students and faculty members from our partnered universities are won several awards on the competitions and global conferences. And we started also partnership in development of educators, and we conducting conferences. We have special initiative called EduPro for educators development, and we also participating in different boards, advisory boards and academic boards for universities. So we are from first hand influencing the strategy of universities and making them to be more open for business and to respond on business requests.
Thank you, Yaroslav, very insightful. And you mentioned about a few examples how SoftServe is involved in these partnerships on both local and global levels. And that's something that we'd like to explore more on this topic. And maybe I can invite Sebastian to the discussion here. So Sebastian, considering your extensive experience in IT and digital talent market, are you seeing any good examples of that collaboration between business and academia as that collaboration crosses the border? So how does it work successfully internationally? If you can share your view on this, please.
Thank you for this excellent question, Irina. Yes, indeed. I see so many examples of us collaborating on the countries level at the moment with the different organizations and partnering also with the universities. How we do it well partner at the moment on the international or the regional level, probably we can do better. But what I can really share from my experience and what is really important for us to be successful in such collaboration in the future. And also my colleagues, distinguished panelists in the previous panel gave me amazing segue to this statement, that everything is changing so fast. And somebody said that the future is today. Sometimes I think the future was yesterday because the speed of change is that massive. And we know how hard it is to adapt and adjust the curriculums in the universities. I used to be the teacher, so I know that you plan usually for 3 years at least. You have to have the government approval, how you teach people, how you build your curriculum, how you have to also provide the A-level of the professors and doctors to provide the classes. But something is, I think, completely common for everyone and is so important for us to be successful in the modern world is simply the way how we operate with the cultures, how we operate with different nationalities, how we can bring this diversity of the thinking to the table when we have the new students coming to the organizations. And SoftServe is great, amazing global organization present in LATAM, present in the US, present in the UK, in DACH, in Europe. And we have to find our common language. So if you teach people what are core things which are important for them to be successful, or in the tech companies, or maybe in different part of organizations, very important is also to help them to grow their abilities to work in the international environment. And I will give you my personal example. When I was working with the team based in Philippines, and for us it was completely normal to give the positive building feedback, how you perform the work. And so at some point I was meeting with my team, and I told them, okay, in a very polite way, what I think they could do better. And this person was completely scared that I was providing feedback to this person, and in personal manner as well. I have learned that in this culture, you have to be much more thoughtful and much more like thoughtful about how you organize the whole event, how to be not like maybe too directive, providing this feedback and so on and so forth. And it's something which is happening itself sort of on the daily basis when we simply work with different cultures. And thanks to Halina and the whole team, we have amazing curriculum of the trainings to help our associates who are joining the company to find the way how to operate in this global environment. So what I can also advocate for everyone is simply how we can help also universities to maybe to find the best formula to collaborate with us on the regional level. Is one is this event organized today by the SoftServe SSU, but also can we organize some additional events in the future, maybe on the smaller scale, between 3-4 countries, to also discuss what is important from the business perspective, what we observe, and how this real life of us working together looks like. Invite maybe professors to one of our meetings, show them, okay, this is the reality of working in the international company. How we maybe bring some practices from the companies to the universities and opposite. I think might be useful, Irina, for our audience to listen. I think this is something completely which is timeless. So this culture aspect, this how we operate, how we communicate will be very important for a very, very long time. Doesn't matter like AI, transformation, everything.
Great insights, Sebastian. And I really appreciate you bringing the insights, but also a practical example, right, from your own experience. So that's really always highly appreciated. So at this point, we've heard views of the business side, right, Yaroslav and Sebastian, on the importance of building these strong partnerships with universities. So let's turn to the other side and let's ask Natalia, as a rector of one of the biggest universities in Ukraine. Natalia, what is your view here? We know that universities face constantly emerging new professions, new qualifications, new requirements. How do these partnerships help you stay aligned to the needs of your students and help you stay relevant?
Thank you, Irina, for your question. First of all, we are the biggest university right now in Ukraine. We have more than 35,000 of students. And first of all, this is very important to be on the top of the requirements from the business. And that's why, on my point of view, this is very important to organize let's say, continuous co-creation process with industry for our curriculum. And first of all, this is very important to have joint curriculum committees where employees actively participate in defining the competence, review course contents. For example, in my Department of Artificial Intelligence, we analyzed matrix competence from SoftServe and compare this matrix with our courses and our topics in the courses. And this is very important not only for AI, cybersecurity, or let's say digital engineering, but also for another disciplines as well. The second very important thing is to integrate real industry practice directly into education. Not only practices, but also people from industry to participate in our lectures, our workshops, and etc. And this include also co-development programs such as dual education models. As Yaroslav mentioned before, this is very important, particularly for IT. It allows to combine classical knowledge from universities and practical skills from industry. The next, this is internships in companies with real tasks. Next, it could be proof of concept projects based on real business cases. And it allows students to work on real challenges using real tools, alignment with market needs, and this is very important actually. The next, this is changes of organization of educational process. It means modular and flexible learning structures such as micro-credentials. I know micro-credentials are popular not only in Ukraine, but also in other countries in Europe as well. Next, this is interdisciplinary tracks, and it allows to combine disciplines from different spheres, for example, medicine and AI, biomedicine with IT, and etc. This is very good practice, and this allows us to update specific components of program rapidly without waiting for the full accreditation cycle. Because, you know, when we're talking about university, we need time to modify our program. For example, if we are talking about a bachelor, the first level, it means that we need 4 years to prove the program and change something in this program. That's why when we are talking about shorter programs such as micro-credential courses, it allows us to change some elements rapidly. The next very important thing is to combine real projects, research projects such as Horizon or Digital Europe projects with real education to involve our PhD students or even master students to that project and implement some elements from this project to the real courses. And this is also allow us to build, let's say, living ecosystem of partnership between industry from one side, science and research from another side, and education. And this is very important to understand that science, research, industry must work together and the proof of all the results together. And this is very important to have such collaboration. And as I mentioned before, for example, dual education model allow us to combine research, allow us to combine industry requirements and classical education in university.
Thank you, Natalia. A very holistic response, and I'd like to unpack it a little bit. You have briefly touched on technology and tools, and it would be very valuable to discuss about the roles of tools and AI. But I'll get back to you in a minute on that. And in the meantime, I would like to get Yaroslav's perspective on AI, since we start talking about AI and technologies. So Yaroslav, in your view, we know that academia has been introducing AI in education to help our students prepare for the real world and real business challenges. So in your view, how does that help universities prepare the students? What's the impact it has on the students when they start their journeys in their real life?
Yeah, Irena, thank you very much for this question. It is really question number one for this time of challenges we have. So AI definitely is the main change maker now in industry, not only in IT industry, but in all office-related industries. And it was already mentioned a couple of times that AI influencing a lot and AI is enabler. So just summarizing a little bit, I want to stress attention on several points for educators. First is what are professions they are preparing for market now, and this is evolving rapidly, and we see on demand that the regular software developer, let's say Java developer or whatever, is less needed right now, and probably almost not needed. And I would say that next year probably we will not have vacancies for traditional, let's say Java developer or whatever. It should be the same Java developer, but with ability to use all AI tools and work together with AI engines, or probably even newer forms that we don't know at this time. And at this time, we have new specialty, new type of engineer or IT specialist in our company and in industry. In example, so-called intelligence engineer. It is professional that have deep knowledge of architecture, design principles, is able to orchestrate AI agents and have knowledge in some business domain. And we need such IT professionals, and at this time, we are retraining them. We are increasing their competency inside of companies, but definitely SoftServe and other companies will benefit when the graduate students will be ready to this role immediately. So curriculums and educational institutions should be ready and work now on changing their programs. And I see that the pace of AI evolution is increasing. So next year, there will be new demands. So these programs could be obsolete at that time, and they should be changed. And another important topic that should be touched in universities is to teach students what tools they will use in real business, in companies. And so it is AI-enabled SDLC, what we are using right now. So it is all tools for AI-enabled delivery and all kind of AI assistants, AI platforms, and so on. So students already should be kind of familiar with that systems. Actually, dual education, what we are using right now in SoftServe could help that, but not all programs are covered with dual education. So university should be ready to teach students on that. And third point is educational process itself. So the programs, the way of teaching should be empowered with AI. Definitely, both students and educators should use AI tools for themselves, and all educational programs should be constantly changing with using of AI. So AI is, I would say that AI is next level of literacy right now. It is not just tool. Definitely, it is huge, powerful tool, but it's even more. It is like, I don't know, 100 years ago, at least in our part of world, it was work on total literacy. 50 years ago, it was a lot of attention on computer literacy. Now it is AI literacy. Without AI literacy, it will be not possible work in any office and in IT especially.
Thank you, Ursula. That's a great point on AI literacy. And that's exactly what we're seeing so many companies now embedding in some of their processes, be it hiring, be it promotion, or be it something else. And since you mentioned AI in education academia, there's also AI in organizations and companies. And with that, I'd like to ask the same question, Halina, the same question that I asked Yaroslav in terms of AI embedding in the L&D perspective. So as our L&D leader, Halina, I know that we are embedding tech in our L&D processes, in how we design the L&D products, in how we deliver these journeys to our associates. Are there any lessons that we can maybe share with universities from corporate L&D perspective? What works, what successful tools we can incorporate?
Hello, everyone. Irena, thank you a lot for this question. You know, like the main benefits AI can ensure for learning experience nowadays is, of course, personalization of learning journey. But before we start talking about personalization with the help of technology, including AI, I would like us to think about profile of current learners. Who are those people who learn in universities nowadays? These are people like 20 years plus minus, like 17, 22, something like this, right? Those people grew up with digital platforms, with on-demand services, with personalization. This is how they perceive the world. They don't imagine life without internet, and this is what experience they expect when learning as well, like flexible, interactive, purposeful, and this is what they expect from universities as well. You know, we have been working like many years in corporate L&D with such profile of learners, especially in IT. And I would like to share 3 lessons learned with you, that I believe can be like adopted and found useful for university practices as well. First of all, like switching from courses to learning experience. You know, we don't say like what course is needed for that learner, but rather what learning experience should be provided for that learner. And you know, nowadays, like in L&D industry, everybody is talking about learning experience platforms, which means that learner is in the center of learning processes and can consume different type of materials. And actually, I do not suggest universities to substitute university systems with learning LXP, learning experience platform. It should be something maybe which will sit upon, like on the top of everything we already have in universities. And what I heard from Samuel from previous panel discussion, what already Natalia mentioned, like I hear that like universities already make great progress on that. Because learning experience platforms allows learner to combine different resources, internal resources, external resources, something companies can provide, self-study, instructor-led materials, and be in the center and co-design learning experience. And in such a way to be really motivated to follow that learning journey, students co-designed with the teachers, with the trainers, with the educators. The next lessons learned or recommendations I would like to share is, of course, designing micro-learning, flexible and active formats. You know, those people who grew up with digital platforms and who have digital, you know, like digitalization in their DNA, they like to play with different formats, switch from video to self-study materials, to reading something, to taking part in some master class, you know, to take part in some workshops. And we should ensure such opportunity and such experience for them. Because again, this is something which will not ask universities to compromise the quality, because still learning outcomes should be met, but rather it's about format and the methods of delivering learning experience. And we already have been talking about AI. Artificial intelligence, this is really top trend. We have been talking about that. We will be talking about that. And I am a big believer that AI should simplify learning process, not overwhelm. And there are like simple steps everybody can start with when we are talking about adopting AI in learning practices. For example, using AI for analyzing statistics data we already have to signal to us about this like early stage engagement of students to some courses, help students to decide what next should I learn. For example, incorporate to learning experience some AI chatbots, some AI mentors, coaches, etc. To diversify formats of learning. And now just imagine if to take that really strong academic foundations and amplify it with learning formats, that learning experience I just described, it will be just excellent fit to have nowadays students prefer to study. So actually, this is what I wanted to share. Thank you.
Thank you, Helena. Great tips. And even this discussion is a great example how academia and business are aligned. I believe Natalia mentioned micro-credentials before. Now you're mentioning it. AI sounded on both sides as well. So it's a great to hear it as we compare notes to see that, both sides are directionally looking into the same area. But let's continue maybe our discussion about AI since we started talking about AI. And as promised, Natalia, I'm coming back to you with this AI topic. So with this AI transformation, digital transformation, the role of an educator must be changing, right? There must be some demands to the role. What shifts are you seeing and what shifts are you observing in this whole digital AI transformation as it relates to the role of educator?
Thank you for this question. You are right. If you are talking about AI possibilities, it means that our students can find everything what they want from everywhere. That's why when we are talking about teachers, when we are talking about educators, this is not only about knowledge transmission to students, to guiding students, but let's say more about problem solving, critical thinking, and etc. That's why in this case we are talking about transformation of classical lectors to learning facilitators, to architects of the courses, etc. That's why it's actually a lot of work with not only students have to use AI, but also with our academic staff as well. That's why universities must invest in training our academic staff in AI tools, digital pedagogy, analysis of information and as well as disinformation. And this is very important to start to work not only with academics from universities, but also with teachers from school. Because when we are talking about pupils, this is a lot of information, and pupils must analyze which of this information is true and what is not true in the reality. That's why this is the whole transformation of education system, not only for the universities level, but also for schools, primary schools, etc. And from that perspective, this is very important to organize co-teaching with industry as well. That's why this is very important to have mentoring or joint supervision of the projects and to support not only project development, but also to support which tools can be used for different problems, how actually to organize workflow to working on the project, etc. And this is actually a new experience, and this is cover gap between theory and practice in this case. That's why we are talking about project-based and challenge-based learning, where our lectors, where our academic staff act as mentors, because the whole information could be found using AI, for example. And in this case, educators are transformed to coaches, races, and lectures. And students learn by doing, why faculty guide reflection, structure, and deeper understanding of the material, but not only provide the materials. And finally, this is very important to recognize that future-ready skills are not only technical. Therefore, university must be the platform to communication, to adaptability of the students, to interdisciplinarity, collaboration, etc. Especially nowadays when we are talking about very bad psychological conditions of our students, of our teacher staff, etc. That's why university, this is ecosystem for communication and for co-creation of the results of the study. That's why this is actually totally new point of view to the classical teaching program.
Thank you, Natalia. So it looks like and sounds like the role is evolving of the educator, right? And as much as we want educators to teach our students how to work with AI, it's not always about how to code, how to prompt, but the other side of how to ensure that information that you received by working with AI is true, right? Use critical thinking, maybe ethical part of AI, understand hallucinations and all these things, almost like a separate skill to teach a skill for the future. And maybe if we stay on this topic of AI, we cannot talk about AI without mentioning different initiatives. Some of this we just mentioned about ethical use, but let's talk about the policy and regulatory perspectives. I'd like to turn to Koen, and Koen, you are part of these efforts on EU level, right? How can these initiatives support universities in adopting AI? And we just talked about both sides are important, right? How to work with AI, but also how to ensure that human is in the loop.
Yeah, thank you, Irina. It's very interesting, I think, to listen to the discussion and to hear the different perspectives, the business perspective, university perspective. I work in the European Commission in DG Employment, Social Affairs and Inclusion. And of course, we look at this from a European perspective, where, one of the important things I would say, there are a number of things that I would like to mention here, but one of the things is there is this European Declaration on Digital Rights and Principles that also, allows individuals to have freedom of choice, and there should be a fair online environment. So there are all the benefits of AI, but we should also be prudent of the traps, of AI in society and day-to-day life, but also in education. Then I would like to draw also, and maybe this is interesting also for Ukraine, and I don't know in the Ukrainian environment to which extent this has been looked at, but there is the competence framework on digital skills that exists at European level since quite a few years, that is used in education and training, also to guide a bit, what would be important learnings for people leaving the education system. And this DIGCOM has quite recently been adapted. So there is now DIGCOM 3.0, and you see that it evolves with societal developments. And this is, by the way, a technology neutral framework, but the new version has much more focus on AI in the sense of making and using the benefits of AI, but also avoiding the traps of AI. So this is important, and of course, more broadly, I think when you look at the global developments, the EU is the only, almost, I would say, the only power that tries at least to regulate a bit AI, because of course everything that has happened virtually, should also be done in an orderly way, like we have our transactions in society, in general. So this is what I wanted to say about AI in this context. Let me also just say another thing, perhaps, which is relevant in this context. So at European level, I'm working in DG Employment, and the Commission, of course, works also on education, but this work is in complement to what member states are doing, because the treaty on the European Union is very explicit in the sense that teaching and the way that education and training is organized is a responsibility of member states, and our focus is on cooperating. That is also why the focus of our work is more on issues like joint common rules, common frameworks, also common competence frameworks, common declarations. But in the education field, we're very much in this context of voluntary cooperation, which is very important because it also means a lot of exchange of practical experience. But, and that is maybe my last sentence on this topic, and also listening to the previous discussion, from a Commission perspective, we also look at this in a broader, I would say, both economic competitiveness and also social inclusion context, and which means that when we look at education as a whole, we follow up, of course, on these more flexible ways of learning that can also be supported by AI, and we do this both at university level, but also at vocational and training level, and in the European context, where we have free movement of workers, free movement of learners. Is also very important that everything that people learn also is being made visible. Now, I know, and that's my last point, that curricula are and should actually, and the same is for qualifications, should be more learning outcomes based. So they should be more skills based, not only traditional occupation related skills, but also more and more transversal skills. But it's also important to make these skills visible that people obtain after training, so that they can be used nationally, but also in a cross-border context. With this, I hope I replied to your question.
Yes, absolutely. Amazing. Thank you, Koen. And thank you for mentioning that data maturity proficiency framework, right? That's how you mentioned it. Maybe we can share a link in our YouTube channel for everyone to have a look at it. It's a great resource, like you said. And because you mentioned flexible learning formats, I'd like to go back to that question of instructors versus learning experience architects. I think it was Natalia maybe or Halina who mentioned it earlier in our panel discussion. But again, this is another challenging task that cannot be achieved by universities in isolation. And I'd like to spend some time on this topic as well. And perhaps, Sebastian, I can explore this with you as a business leader. How do you think businesses can help educators to evolve from that, delivering the training or delivering the learning into learning experience architect roles? Sounds mouthful. I'm sure it's very complex transition, but if you can share your thoughts on that, please.
Thank you, Irina. I think maybe I will start sharing with some observation from my last year experience. I was privileged and lucky to participate in the AI weekly training run by ESA University in Barcelona. And I was I don't know what to expect, to be honest with you, from the university, because we live AI every day, every hour. But I decided also to exchange the thoughts with different business leaders and from across the globe. It was 36 nationalities joining the course. And what really, really impressed me by ESA that they use AI everywhere they can. Plus, they pay a lot of attention to what is changing in AI. And I remember we were going to our bed on Tuesday evening, and on Tuesday night, OpenAI just announced a new product, the new version generating video. And the next day morning, 8:30 a.m., professor was already showing us a slide with what has changed, why this changed, and what does it mean to us. It was super impressive to see how quickly they learn, how quickly they exchange the data between themselves. Which probably also is the case for these universities. I think I will encourage everyone to have the network and WhatsApp channels, whatever channels to share the thoughts. Until today, the professor is sharing with us every day, sometimes 3-4 times per day, what is new with AI in the global economy, in the global scale. What also SoftServe can definitely do, and we do it very well, is also invite educators and students as well to participate in our programs and hackathons organized by SoftServe. Last year, SoftServe organized 36 hackathons, international hackathons, where we could really share the experience and the real business challenges with universities and students. So I think great onboarding for someone who is practicing something in the theoretical way, how it can be implemented to solve the real business problems. And hackathons is not the new idea. It's simply the way how we approached it. And now is, as I think Lumir, Jaroslav before said, now you can be programmer. You can do stuff. You don't have to have the specific knowledge, which has to be the case to be good hackathon member, like probably 3-4 years ago. Completely different era of how we approach, how we talk about solving some business problems using technology. Also, I think what we can definitely do together is to discuss and invite educators to our companies to, again, share how we are operating and what is at the moment on top of the agenda of AI transformation. People like Serge Haziev and other colleagues who are super cool engineers and also business leaders can definitely, in the 1 hour, probably explain to what is going on with this environment and industry. But also we can approach and join these universities to also understand what challenges you have as a university, maybe help you also solve them on the theoretical way or like practical way. So maybe 2 advices and encouragement to be curious and quickly catch up what is going on with the AI transformation. It is my advice, kind of advice to all the people who listen. And it's not easy because sometimes I have in my team colleagues working on the data science and working on the AI, and they are not waiting for the next month for the new innovation. The innovation is very often published by the software providers on the weekly or sometimes daily basis, which is changing completely the world. That's all from my side, Irina.
Amazing, Sebastian, as always. Thank you so much for the practical guidance. And I like how you phrase about the two-way street, right? As much as academia can learn from the business, there are so many things that business can learn from academia side. Absolutely. All right, so it's time to wrap up the panel discussion. But before we go, we have to talk about this very important aspect, which is learning agility. World Economic Forum has announced it to be one of the core skills of the future. Satya Nadella always keeps telling its employees that, they should learn it all, not know it all, follow that approach and mindset. At SoftServe, learning and growth is one of our core values in our DNA. So let's talk about this learning agility. We have maybe 2 minutes to explore this topic. Halina, I'll start with you. Maybe if you can share with us this concept of lifelong learning. How can companies design their systems and practices in the way where learning becomes a natural part of everyday work?
Thank you, Irina. Lifelong learning is our new normal. So many changes happen. We all know that statistic very well, that 25% of all jobs will be impacted within next 5 years. Some jobs will appear, some will disappear, and we even don't know about that. Many skills will be changed. What it means for us? It means for us that we should work and learn as work. it's not enough just to be graduated once in the beginning of your career from university and have illusions the skills, knowledge you got in university will be enough to support your successful career like for a while. This is not true. This doesn't work anymore. And companies absolutely understand this, acknowledge this, and that's why talent management and learning and development is incorporated, embedded part of talent management framework in company. Like to be successful with providing opportunity for employees growth in scope of company, of course, we like follow best practices and ensure, first of all, like if you would like learning to become a natural part of work, it means learning should be incorporated in qualification requirements, in job descriptions, in performance management processes, etc., etc. And actually, this is what we do, like encourage our associates to learn as they work. And on-job training, this is like usual part in organizations. Another things I would like to mention about is like building strong learning culture. Management, employees should be absolutely, with the same accountability stakeholders of L&D processes in the company. It should be not somebody who come to employees, to business teams and say, so guys, look, this is what you should learn to be successful. No, it doesn't work this way. Successful companies ensure that managers are responsible not just for driving business results, but also for people development. That managers talk on a regular basis with employees about learning goals, like encourage learning culture, knowledge sharing in teams. People who have really a great experience and knowledge share that experience and knowledge with the colleagues. This is what I call give back to community, which helped you to grow. And this is how learning organization works. And this is how lifelong learning happens in organizations. And look, understanding that lifelong learning, this is our new reality, it also gives different perspective of university roles and identity. Like maybe it's not enough for universities to be positioned like the place where like future employees, specialists, professionals can start their career. Like universities can position themselves as educational partner through the whole career of associates and like work with alumni, provide some extra learning opportunities for those who are already working in the companies. And it means what we discussed earlier, there should be like micro learning, some like bite-sized learnings, which are fully targeted at specific learning needs of associates. But again, it opens many new perspectives, both for universities and for companies to be successful in helping associates to grow, to learn, and to be successful.
Thank you, Helena. And you mentioned about students and the need to upskill and reskill them. So the very last question to Koen, and Koen, we cannot let you go without asking this question. What do you think the role is of the business in enabling that ability for students to learn, upskill, reskill, as we call it, learn, relearn, unlearn concept? If you can share briefly your view on this, please.
Yeah, thank you, Irina. I must say that I very much agree with what Galina said just before. When we look at the European policy perspective, so I mean, this cooperation between the education and training world and business is really important, because it is important that what education and training offers, I mean, is in line with labor market needs. And at European level, we are doing a few things in this context that are interesting. So there is the Pact for Skills, that is part of the Union of Skills, which is really, let's say, alliances grouping together different actors in strategic sectors. And these parties, they work together also on training needs in a certain sector, like the automotive sector and so on, because this is what is needed for Europe's competitiveness. Then also in the context of up and reskilling, we have European targets. European targets, for example, that 60% of adults should undertake learning every year. We are now at something like 38, 39%. So this is part of this agenda, and this is what we are also doing. Then also, in this context, we try, of course, because we have 27 in the European Union itself. All the education and training systems are different. So we try to work a bit on common language and on micro-credentials, for example, that are very important endeavors in lifelong learning because it's targeted skills development. Yeah, there is a recommendation, a European recommendation that is focusing on elements that should compose these micro-credentials so that they are becoming better comparable for countries, because industries are, of course, also multinational, and so all the efforts that we do in this area, I mean, they are part of this broader ecosystem. I also have to say that there is strong cooperation with business, but also with trade unions of workers, because it's important that social partners, also at the level of the policy discussions, are involved here. This is not something that you can do employers against workers or workers against employers. It's a matter of really, co-construction and broad cooperation at all levels, government, business, unions, but also a role of education and training institutions, because we see that more and more universities, but also vocational education and training institutions are also engaging in lifelong learning activities, serving the needs for permanent up and reskilling, because this permanent up and reskilling is not just a matter for some categories. It's really important for people at all levels of qualifications. So in the end, what we do here is a lot of cooperation. Last example to mention is there are the European University Alliances that are doing this, but also centers for vocational excellence are important in this context. There are European grants available for this, where also, by the way, partners from Ukraine can, of course, participate, which focus on excellence. And last point, labor market shortages. There is not so much that was said here, but all European countries have demographies where the number of workers in the long term is diminishing. In the European Union as a whole, every year we lose 1 million of workers. We see shortages in certain professions that are developing. So our entire system of basic training, but also up and reskilling, should be adapted to the needs and to the challenges we face also in the context of demographic changes. I will stop here, Regina. I think I was already a bit too long.
No, thank you. Thank you. Can appreciate you bringing your perspective. So the future of education looks bright. I think we've established that, but only if there is close collaboration between business, academia, and, to your point, regulatory bodies and associations. So with that, thank you so much, our esteemed panelists, for this insightful discussion, and thank you for your time. Back to you, Julia.
I'm happy to be bringing in some feedback from my dear audience, who are now sharing that, of course, it's a very valuable, great session. And they are making the highlights from what you've been mentioning, that it's definitely all about communication and socializing at the university, alignment with business that help us build really well thought out strategies. Another comment was very inspirational for us all. Juan is saying that we impact lives. Universities are our natural partners for that mission. And this comment specifically, that has been many times supported with one keyword, synergy, in your feedback, brings us to the crowning part of today's event. Dear university partners, we're now taking this time to recognize your immense contribution while collaborating with SoftServe in advancing education, in tackling the challenge with grace and readiness to show true resilience, and all in all, in our collaboration to help build a whole new strong generation of technology professionals. And at this point, I once again want to say congratulations and invite all of us to celebrate 32 gold, silver, and platinum partners of SoftServe University, SoftServe Company. Thank you.
Good afternoon to our European participants, and good morning to those joining us from the Americas. It's been such a great event so far, and I'm excited to open our first global edition of the Educational Partners Awards ceremony. Different countries, different universities, but one shared belief that when education and industry work together, everyone wins. This year, we are recognizing 32 nominated universities. Each of them has contributed in a unique way through collaboration, innovation in teaching, and real partnership with SoftServe that brings tangible impact. But behind every nomination, there's something much more important than a program or a project. There are students. Students who had access to practical experience, who felt more prepared walking into their first job, and who evolved in their careers. That's why partnerships like this matter. They improve how students experience education and how prepared they feel when starting their careers. Universities that actively invest in practical learning opportunities are creating strong value, both for their students and for the industries they'll join. This brings us to our first award category, Student Experience. This category recognizes universities that place particular focus on creating engaging and practical learning experiences that connect students with real professional environments. Thank you, and let's move to the awards.
Students Experience, Silver, Plovdiv University, Paisi Hirendarsky, Bulgaria. We're proud to present this award in recognition of our long-standing and highly valued partnership with Plovdiv University that has been ongoing since 2021 through the Faculty of Mathematics and Informatics. Together, we have delivered concrete initiatives, including group students practices, dual study programs, and joint participation in career fairs, directly connecting students with industry-relevant experience. In 2025 alone, 116 students took part in our joint programs, gaining hands-on exposure to real business cases and modern technology practices. We extend our sincere congratulations and gratitude to Plovdiv University. Universidad EFIT, Medellin, Colombia. Since 2022, SoftServe's partnership with Universidad EFIT has driven hands-on learning, innovation, and student engagement. Through university joint programs run along with SoftServe, over 40 students gained practical experience in cloud and AI technologies, strengthening SoftServe's pipeline of future-ready professionals. SoftServe expertise was incorporated into the programs through lectures and workshops on DevOps and data, providing real-world insights while enhancing SoftServe's thought leadership. Podcast episodes on no-code, low-code, and emerging tech trends further shared knowledge and inspired the next generation of innovators. Our sincere congratulations and gratitude go to Universidad EFIT. Universidad Técnica Federico Santa Maria, Santiago and Valparaíso, Chile. Our cooperation with the Faculty of Computer Engineering began in 2024 and quickly evolved into a focused partnership centered on student engagement and talent development. Together, we organized the SoftServe Fair and the sponsorships for Students Competition, the largest initiative of its kind in Chile in the past 30 years, bringing together over 1,000 students from software engineering and computer science programs. These initiatives enabled SoftServe to engage directly with a large pool of emerging talent and strengthen its presence in the local academic ecosystem. In addition, we hosted a tech fair for electrical engineering and telematics, involving around 300 students from informatics and telecommunication programs, further reinforcing the connection between academic learning and real-world industry needs. Our congratulations, Universidad Técnico Federico Santa Maria. Instituto Tecnológico José Mario Molina. Since 2021, SoftServe's partnership with Instituto Tecnológico José Mario Molina Pasqueli Enriquez has delivered hands-on learning and practical skills for students and professors. In 2025, over 100 students and educators participated in Open Days, campus workshops, Educator Connect Days, and technical crash courses in database, Linux and networking, and .NET, gaining hands-on exposure to real industry practices and giving SoftServe early access to motivated, industry-ready talent. A highlight was SoftServe Vice President Vladimir Mendoza serving as a guest of honor at the graduation ceremony, reflecting strong collaboration and mutual trust. Being recognized as a silver partner for Students Experience underscores how this partnership builds talent pipelines, strengthens educator engagement, and prepares future-ready IT professionals. West University of Timișoara, Romania. Our cooperation began in 2023 and has grown into a trusted partnership that supports educators, students, and SoftServe. In collaboration with the Faculty of Mathematics and Computer Science at West University of Timișoara, we launched initiatives on career skills and future-ready competencies, including the DevOps Practice Program for hands-on student experience. In 2025, 14 students were selected from 102 applicants, and over 100 students and faculty participated in joint activities, demonstrating strong engagement and educator impact. This award celebrates our shared commitment to developing future-ready tech professionals and fostering industry-academic collaboration. American University Kyiv, Ukraine. Our cooperation began in 2023 and has quickly created meaningful opportunities for students and SoftServe. The university is recognized for organizing Data Science Hackathon, providing hands-on experience and real-world problem-solving with direct guidance from industry experts. With a focus on students' growth and industry alignment, the university actively engages its community in practical, career-ready activities. In 2025, over 122 students participated in our shared initiatives, gaining valuable skills and allowing SoftServe to connect early with motivated future professionals. This award celebrates a partnership dedicated to applied learning, collaboration, and student success. Lutsk National Technical University, Ukraine. Our cooperation began in 2021 and has grown into a strong partnership, driving student growth and practical learning. The university is recognized for high-quality initiatives that connect students with real industry opportunities. Together, we organized the Cyber Hackathon and the Stakeholder Forum, giving students hands-on experience, building skills, and providing SoftServe an early access to motivated talents. In 2025, 1,357 students, together with 27 educators, participated in those events, demonstrating strong engagement and a meaningful partnership dedicated to developing future-ready professionals. Our gold nominee in Students Experience is Wrocław University of Science and Technology, Poland. Our partnership with Wrocław University of Science and Technology has developed into a high-impact collaboration supporting SoftServe engagement with emerging engineering talent. In 2025, nearly 500 students engaged directly with SoftServe experts through joint activities and mentoring initiatives. Together, we participated in the Cybertrust Congress, where SoftServe shared expertise in cybersecurity, AI, and digital trust with over 300 participants from academia and industry, strengthening connections between students and the technology sector. This Gold Partner for Student Experience recognition reflects the value of our partnership, which strengthens talent pipelines and supports SoftServe's leadership in shaping future tech professionals. Platinum Student Experience nominees: IT Step University, Lviv, Ukraine. Our cooperation with the university began in 2020 and has developed into a structured partnership supporting dual education in computer science, with the university among the first in Ukraine to implement this model at bachelor's level. Students gain hands-on experience through internships and crash courses, while faculty actively contribute to the tech educators community and curriculum development. SoftServe expertise is incorporated into university educational programs, while SoftServe experts and leaders are always welcome as speakers, advisors, and guests at university events, such as students' project events and graduation ceremonies. In 2025, more than 167 students and 8 professors participated in our initiatives, demonstrating strong collaboration and meaningful educators' impact. These awards celebrate our shared commitment to developing future-ready technology professionals. Our congratulations and gratitude to IT Step University. Ivan Franko National University of Lviv, Lviv, Ukraine. We recognize our long-term partnership with Ivan Franko National University of Lviv, which began in 2019 and has evolved into a multi-faculty collaboration with tangible student and research outcomes. Together, we have delivered university joint programs across 2 faculties, launched a collaborative research project in quantum programming, and co-organized the Student Viennese Ball, a philanthropic initiative supporting the purchase of an ambulance in partnership with the SoftServe Open Eyes Foundation. The university is an active partner in student hackathons and AI and data science winter and summer schools, engaging nearly 3,500 students in 2025 alone. These initiatives provide large-scale hands-on learning opportunities and early exposure to real technology practices. The Platinum Partner for Students Experience recognition reflects a partnership that delivers measurable educational impact and supports the development of future technology professionals through long-term academic industry collaboration. Ukrainian Catholic University, Lviv, Ukraine. Our partnership with the university focuses on applied innovation and student engagement in R&D, data science, and robotics, delivered in collaboration with the Faculty of Applied Sciences. Through this cooperation, SoftServe contributes industry expertise and supports the development of future-oriented technology capabilities. The university also delivers advanced programs such as the Gen AI School and the School of Quantum Programming, creating practice-oriented learning paths aligned with the emerging technologies. In 2025, more than 450 students and 14 professors participated in joint initiatives supporting early student engagement and strengthening collaboration with the academic community. This partnership is built on long-term trust and shared commitment to quality education and innovation, contributing to the preparation of the next generation of technology professionals.
Hello everyone, we just recognized the importance of student experience, and now let's move to the next also very important point. Behind every successful student experience there is professor who challenge students, who open their mind, open horizon in front of them. Excellence in education doesn't happen by accident. It requires discipline, rigor, constant attention. The world of technology and business is changing constantly and rapidly. So both educators and universities need to pay attention to these changes, to be open and to adapt constantly. In our collaboration with universities, we see many educators who go beyond their roles. They constantly improve their programs, they engage with industry, they, in many cases, even consult companies, and they constantly enhance their education practices. They treat education not as static system, but as dynamic ecosystem. The Educators Excellence Award recognizes universities, professors, academic teams, university leaders who demonstrate outstanding commitment in advancing their teaching practices and strengthening collaboration with SoftServe. To all educators here today, thank you for your work that has long-term impact on both students and industries. It is an honor to recognize your excellence. So let us move to the next category, Educators Excellence.
Educators Excellence. Silva. Khmelnytsky National University, Ukraine. Our cooperation with the university began in 2021 and has evolved into a structured partnership focused on student engagement and industry alignment. Together, we delivered initiatives such as Innovation Week, AI Week, and the Employer Roundtable. Between education, employers, and future career opportunities. These initiatives support practical skill development for students and enable early engagement with emerging talent. Close collaboration with the Faculty of Information Technology has been a key enabler of consistent delivery and impact. In 2025, 782 students and 34 educators participated in joint activities, demonstrating strong educator involvement and a sustained scale of collaboration. Sumy State University, Ukraine. Our cooperation with the university began in 2022 and has evolved into an active partnership focused on industry-aligned education. In collaboration with the Faculty of Electronics and Information Technologies, particularly the Department of Computer Science, we support the F3 Computer Science Direction and the Informatics Educational Program. SoftServe expertise is incorporated into educational programs, supporting practical skill building and curriculum relevance. In 2025, 116 students and 32 educators participated in joint initiatives, demonstrating strong educator involvement and sustained engagement in the partnership. Our congratulations and gratitude go to Sumy State University. West Ukrainian National University, Ternopil, Ukraine. Our 5-year collaboration has evolved into a structured partnership supporting industry-aligned education in software engineering and computer science. Students engage in SoftServe-led guest lectures, .NET and React internships, open house days, and participation in educational program accreditation, gaining practical experience and exposure to real IT environment. Faculty members work closely with SoftServe experts on curriculum updates and accreditation, strengthening academic quality and alignment with industry requirements. In 2025, over 141 students and 15 educators participated in joint activities, demonstrating consistent engagement and effective academic industry collaboration. These awards celebrate our shared commitment to developing future-ready technology professionals. Educators Excellence, Gold. Universidad de Santiago de Chile. Our partnership with the university, launched in 2023, marks SoftServe's engagement in the country and a strategic step in driving innovation in higher education. Through participation in the faculty's flagship event, Connecta FING, SoftServe engaged 20 leading professors, sharing industry insights, showcasing expertise, and fostering joint R&D and innovation-driven projects. These collaborations strengthen SoftServe's presence in Chile, builds long-term relationship with top universities, and creates a pipeline of talented, industry-ready students. In 2025, this partnership demonstrated meaningful impact on educators and students while exemplifying university innovation at its highest level. Universidad Pontificia Bolivariana, Medellín, Colombia. Since the start of our collaboration in 2025, SoftServe has partnered with Universidad Pontificia Bolivariana to support educator development, student learning, and industry-aligned education. As keynote speakers at the SEMPES conference, SoftServe experts reached over 600 educators, sharing practical guidance on AI tools for teaching and current industry AI trends. In collaboration with SoftServe experts, curriculum review for a new labor technical program in software development was performed, ensuring alignment with real market needs. To strengthen student exposure to industry practice, SoftServe hosted 45 students for hands-on learning with project managers and delivered a Python Academy course attended by over 50 students, supporting practical skills development and educator-led learning. This collaboration demonstrates how academic industry cooperation accelerates modern teaching practices, builds job-ready skills, and supports the development of future technology professionals. Ivano-Frankivsk National Technical University of Oil and Gas, Ukraine. Our cooperation with the university began in 2023 and has evolved into an active partnership supporting industry-aligned education in data science, machine learning, AI, and robotics. In 2025, students organized an AI hackathon with SoftServe support, demonstrating strong engagement and practical application of skills. The university is the only institution in the region offering a full IT educational pathway from bachelor to PhD, and actively develops the robotics direction aligned with SoftServe's technology focus and hiring needs. SoftServe experts contribute to curriculum development and accreditation reviews, supporting academic quality and relevance. Since late 2024, SoftServe specialists have also served as heads of state exam commissions for double degree programs with London South Bank University. In 2025, 318 students and 23 professors participated in joint initiatives, reflecting consistent educator involvement and meaningful academic industry collaboration. King Danilo University, Ivano-Frankivsk, Ukraine. Having collaboration for over 3 years, we have built valuable partnership that supports student engagement and regional IT education. The university plays an active role in the local tech ecosystem by hosting IT Day, an annual event that brings together pupils and students and enables early interactions with the industry. SoftServe professionals regularly contribute through guest lectures and full courses, strengthening the connection between academic programs and real industry practices. Despite a relatively small IT student population, the university demonstrates steady year-over-year growth in IT enrollment, highlighting its contribution to local talent development. In 2025, 182 students and educators participated in our shared initiatives, demonstrating strong engagement and meaningful educators' impact. This award celebrates our shared commitment to developing future-ready professionals. Kolomia Polytechnic College, Ukraine. Our cooperation with the college began in 2017 and has developed into a stable partnership supporting industry-aligned engineering education. In 2025, the college invested in new technical equipment enabling hands-on training in embedded development, robotics, and industrial automation, areas aligned with current industry demand and SoftServe's technology focus. Students demonstrate strong practical and technical skills, reflecting the college's emphasis on applied learning. The administration's continued investment in advanced technical fields, particularly robotics, further strengthens the relevance of this partnership. SoftServe experts contribute to the review and improvement of IT educational programs, supporting curriculum alignment with modern industry requirements. In 2025, over 65 students participated in joint initiatives, demonstrating the tangible impact of this long-term collaboration. Молодь Dnipro National University, Ukraine. Over many years, collaboration has developed into a stable, long-term partnership focused on industry-aligned education. The university consistently updates academic programs to reflect current industry requirements and practical skills needs. Faculty members actively participate in SoftServe-led office tours, open house days, crash courses, internships, and students' hackathons, including the Trustbox Hackathon organized with the Students' Council, providing hands-on learning and innovation opportunities. SoftServe expertise is incorporated into curriculum reviews and accreditation within the Faculty of Applied Mathematics and Information Technologies and the Faculty of Physics, Electronics, and Computer Systems. In 2025, over 618 students and 59 professors took part in joint initiatives, demonstrating strong engagement and the tangible impact of this collaboration. Василь Стефаник Carpathian National University, Ivano-Frankivsk, Ukraine. Our cooperation began in 2023 and has developed into an active partnership supporting industry-aligned education. The university's math school plays a key role in building strong foundations in data science, machine learning, and LLM AI, preparing students for modern technology careers. In 2025, the university enrolled the largest number of IT students in the region, demonstrating its leadership in IT education, while also actively developing the robotics direction. SoftServe expertise was incorporated through curriculum reviews and accreditation support, ensuring programs remain aligned with industry needs. In 2025, 226 students and 43 professors participated in joint initiatives, reflecting strong educators' involvement and the tangible impact of this collaboration. Educators' Excellence, Platinum. Dnipro University of Technology, Ukraine. Our cooperation with the Faculty of Information Technology began 7 years ago and has developed into a reliable partnership supporting industry-aligned education. Students engage in office tours, open house days, knowledge sharing sessions, crash courses, internships, student hackathons, and the joint F2 software engineering program, including the student-led social initiative Shvena Rota. The faculty works closely with SoftServe on curriculum updates and accreditation, ensuring alignment with modern IT standards, and we jointly shared best practices at the International Scientific and Practical Conference on Dual Education. In 2025, over 993 students and 239 professors participated in joint initiatives, demonstrating strong educator involvement and sustained collaboration.
We just recognize the best practices in providing student experience, and we recognize the excellence of our educators, university teachers, professors, or learner designers. And now I would like to announce the most spiritual category, the main driver of our successes and achievements, innovation category. We all in SoftServe know SoftServe success formula, leadership plus innovations. All innovations are driven by leaders. SoftServe, being high-tech company, paying the most attention to our technological innovations. in many areas, such as data science, robotics, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, etc. But to be truly successful company, we must to be innovative in other areas, such as product development, strategy development, solution development, talent development, sales, marketing, and of course, innovations. Any innovation never happens in isolation. Year by year, we are building synergy between businesses and educational institutions through great partnership, great relationships, many conferences, symposiums, workshops, and of course, various institutional programs. Let us recognize the institutions who are driving innovations, shaping future in education through innovations.
University Innovation, Silva. Universidad del Biobío, Chillán, Chile. Since 2024, SoftServe has partnered with the Department of Computer Engineering at Universidad del Biobío to support industry-aligned learning and student development in the Ñuble region. Through initiatives such as SoftServe Days for 100 students and teachers, and participation in the software engineering seminar with over 300 participants, the faculty integrated real industry practices into teaching. A key milestone was a joint agreement with the government, resulting in the Talent Acceleration Program, which introduced modern curricula and innovative training methods, benefiting both students and educators and strengthening regional IT education capacity. Ukrainian National Forestry University, Lviv, Ukraine. The university is recognized for its commitment to modernizing academic programs so they match real industry needs, helping students gain practical skills and preparing them for future careers. Students from the university actively join SoftServe-led initiatives, such as internships and technical crash courses. These activities help them connect theory with real IT experience and give SoftServe early access to motivated young talent. The university's faculty also takes an active part in the tech educators community, contributing to events that promote innovation and continuous improvement in teaching. In 2025, more than 165 students and 18 professors participated in our shared initiatives, showing the strong engagement and positive impact of this cooperation. University Innovation, Platinum. Universidad EYA, Medellín, Colombia. Collaboration with Universidad EYA demonstrates effective academic industry cooperation focused on modernizing technology education. The partnership includes participation in board of directors meetings and advisory involvement at the engineering department level, enabling structured input into curriculum design and discussions on emerging skills. SoftServe's country manager serves as a permanent member of the Engineering Advisory Committee, while workshops, courses, and lectures have engaged over 100 students, supporting an early exposure to industry practices. SoftServe expertise was incorporated into curriculum review of the new data science program. Our experts participated in AI Week, reinforcing practical, innovation-driven learning. The Platinum Partner for University Innovation Recognition reflects a partnership that strengthens curriculum relevance, supports students' employability, and advances long-term academic industry collaboration in technology education. University of the Andes. Since 2025, SoftServe's collaboration with the University of the Andes, the #1 private university in Colombia, has become a cornerstone for driving innovation in AI education. The university plays a central role in planning and delivering our flagship event, AI Week, inspiring over 3,000 participants across the last 2 editions and reinforcing SoftServe's leadership and visibility in the academic ecosystem. Among special achievements, we would like to highlight the delivery of NVIDIA DLI certifications and high-impact sessions led by local and global experts, providing students and faculty with practical, industry-aligned AI knowledge while expanding the reach of SoftServe's expertise. The Platinum Partner for University Innovation Recognition reflects a collaboration that accelerates applied AI education, supports the development of future-ready talent, and demonstrates the impact of sustained academia-industry cooperation. Kharkiv National University of Radio Electronics, Ukraine. Our cooperation began in 2021 and has grown into a strong and trusted partnership that supports educators, students, and SoftServe. In close partnership with the Faculty of Computer Engineering and Information Technology and the Department of Electronic Computers, we support and strengthen the computer engineering program, maintaining high academic standards and practical industry relevance. Cooperation also extends to the Faculty of Computer Science that successfully contributed to building AI-aware learning environment. In 2025, more than 283 students and 66 educators took part in our shared educational initiatives, demonstrating strong engagement and meaningful educators' impact. This award celebrates our shared commitment to developing future-ready professionals. Lviv Polytechnic National University, Ukraine. Our long-standing cooperation with the university has grown into a strong partnership that brings real value to SoftServe and creates important opportunities for students. In 2025, 2,716 students and 313 professors took part in our joint initiatives, showing the scale and impact of this collaboration. Together, we launched university joint programs with the Departments of Artificial Intelligence and Applied Mathematics, expanded dual education models, modernized academic curricula, and supported student hackathons and CTF competitions. A key achievement was the creation of an AI laboratory, which strengthened innovation on campus and allowed us to share our expertise more widely. The university also actively participated in the Leadership School for Program Guarantors, co-founded and supported by Taras Kitsmay, demonstrating strong engagement and trust. National Technical University of Ukraine, KPI, Kyiv. Our cooperation began in 2021 and has grown into a strong partnership supporting students, educators, and SoftServe. The university is recognized for developing innovative educational programs and creating practical learning opportunities through joint initiatives. Together, we organized activities such as the Data Science Hackathon and the KPI International AI Competition, and jointly ran the program Digital Technologies and Energy with the Educational and Research Institute of Nuclear and Thermal Energy. In 2025, more than 165 students and 18 professors participated in our shared initiatives, demonstrating strong engagement and meaningful collaboration. National Technical University, Kharkiv Polytechnic Institute, Ukraine. Since 2022, our collaboration has developed into a focused partnership supporting AI-oriented computer science education. Working closely with the Institute of Computer Modeling, Applied Physics and Mathematics, and its related departments, we jointly support the educational program Computer Science, Modeling, Design, and Computer Graphics. The partnership also includes cooperation with the Institute of Computer Sciences and Information Technologies, particularly the Department of Software Engineering and Management Intelligent Technologies, strengthening interdisciplinary alignment and curriculum relevance. In 2025, 113 students and 54 educators participated in joint initiatives, demonstrating strong academic engagement and the tangible scale of this collaboration. Taras Shevchenko National University of Kyiv, Ukraine. Our cooperation with the university began in 2021 and has developed into a large-scale partnership supporting industry-aligned education. Each year, nearly 1,600 students and over 200 educators participate in joint initiatives that connect academic learning with real IT practice. Together with the Faculty of Computer Science and Cybernetics, we deliver the joint educational program Informatics, providing students with practical skills and real-world application experience. The partnership also includes active collaboration with the Faculty of Radio Physics, Electronics and Computer Systems, the Faculty of Mechanics and Mathematics, and the Faculty of Information Technology, ensuring broad academic engagement. This award recognizes a partnership that delivers sustained educational impact through multi-faculty collaboration and long-term academic industry alignment. Yuri Fedkovich, Chernivtsi National University, Ukraine. Our more than 5 years of collaboration actively support innovation, practical learning, and strong industry alignment. The university is recognized for building a dynamic connection between education and IT industry, helping students gain the skills needed for modern technology careers. SoftServe expertise was incorporated into the accreditation and review programs across multiple fields, including software engineering, cybersecurity, computer engineering, computer science, applied mathematics, and system analysis. SoftServe expert lectures on AI trends, cybersecurity, and industry standards tools are a part of students' learning journeys. The scope of our collaboration covers the wide range of activities, starting from the first-year office visits and guest lectures to specialized workshops and internships. In 2025, more than 878 students and 100 educators took part in our shared initiatives, showing the strong impact of this collaboration. Together, Chernivtsi National University and SoftServe continue to lead the region in IT education.
Congratulations, our dear partners, winners, and all the partner universities. There is not much that is left to say, except for the last year was full of wonderful achievements, and this year is yet to come with the ambitious plans, of course, challenges that will also come our way, but with the experience that we have, the strong partnership bond, we're absolutely to tackle it all together. Thank you for making this event in the co-creation so active, so full of insights, and so forward-looking in the conclusions that we all aligned on and came up with. At this point, I want to once again wish us strong partnership in the future, off to new achievements. Dear audience, dear partner universities, as we're closing off on this event, we're also inviting you to spend another minute to leave your feedback on today's event. We most probably will be turning it into a beautiful tradition of celebration and our shared achievements, and it's very important for us to get your opinion and to take it into account while organizing future event. So thank you very much for your co-creation, collaboration, and off towards new achievements.